I'm not drinking.
Do you know, I was someone who used to not drink at home. I used to be like, oh, I would never drink at home. That's fucking weird. Fuck that. But now, like, literally, like, whenever it's been a really bad day, I'm like, okay, should we just crack one open?
Yeah.
Someone said to me, when was it? Someone said to me the other day, that, oh, like, Jord, do you drink a lot? I was like, do you know what? I actually used to be quite tame, not really. But ever since doing the podcast, it just seems to be all I do. Because, oh, like, have a drink before, drink during, and drink after. But
Nah, it's like...
part of the aesthetic, I guess.
For me, it's like a thing where if like I have a whole group of people around, like if a party's happening or it's just a gathering, I'll have a beer or two. But to say like I'm just at home like on a Friday or on a Saturday and just say I'm going to the kitchen to get a glass, nah, no, I can't do it.
Is that an L?
I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't just drink like that. I can't be by myself and drink. I think it's by myself. If I'm with somebody, then yeah. But by myself, I can't drink by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What's your drink?
You know what? It used to be Captain Morgan, but it's changed to my boyfriend actually got me into, what's the name of the drink? Archers?
Archers, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, because it's not strong. It tastes
quite
like
sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be Captain Morgan, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Captain Morgan is on a back seat now.
I feel like when you like, I feel Captain Morgan's never been a bit of me, to be fair. I like this. Is it Spice Gold?
The Spice Gold one is nice.
Yeah, that does it, but like, it's not my go-to. Quite overpriced as well.
Yeah, alcohol's every time I buy a bottle of alcohol, a bottle of, what's the other drink I go to get? It's not champagne. Prosecco. That's also my kind of go-to as well.
With orange juice.
Prosecco with orange. Nah, I just have it straight like that.
Oh, okay, so yes.
Is it rose gold Prosecco? Yeah,
Prosecco, you're saying it right. Prosecco. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love a bit of Prosecco.
Oh, fuck that.
Why, you're not a Prosecco person?
Do you know what? I feel like Prosecco is one of those drinks that you kind of want to like. I feel like Prosecco, like wavy Prosecco drunk, is like quite fun, quite like I don't really know people to get, you know how like people get nasty when they're like wine drunk?
Yeah.
Or they had one too many spirits. That's not really a thing with Prosecco, but like, I don't know. I think it tastes like piss. I just don't like it. I remember my friend had a bottomless brunch for her birthday, and it was like one of those like, you know how like, what I've noticed is with bottomless brunch, the bougier they are, the less selection they have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you.
So like Turtle Bay has literally like 20 options, but this one had about 4, and it was like some like weird beer, Prosecco, and then like some wine. I remember looking, I thought, I don't like any of this. So I literally just said to us, I'm really sick, sorry mate. Because obviously these ones, they have less alcohol and they're more expensive. Like the average one's like 20, mid 20, 30. This one was like 40 something. I thought for alcohol that I don't like, obviously if it was like rum on tap, let's go. But yeah, in answer to your question in a short way, I just don't, no, I don't really fuck with Prosecco, really. Okay. But I wish I did. Do you know what I mean? Maybe when I get older, I might appreciate it a bit more, but for the time being...
I was the same with beer. When I was younger, I couldn't stand it. Then beer, certain alcoholic beverages, you have to get your taste buds used to it.
Yeah.
So like when I first had a pint of beer, not cup, pint, I said, no, this is not for me. But after a while, I was like, okay, cool.
Do you know what, though? A lot of my friends have actually said to me they don't like beer, but they drink it actively, which I think is really weird.
You know, yeah, when you're around a group of people, like a social
especially a group of books.
Especially a group of people that like to either watch sports or just like to go out to the pub or something, and they're all drinking a pint of beer. It's like a social thing. It's like it's the same with people that don't really smoke, but they social smoke.
Yeah, because they want to like fit into the space.
It's the same. It's like similar kind of thing, really.
Yeah. Have you seen the Barbie movie?
No, I haven't.
Is it on your list?
I wanna see, like beforehand. I was like, I'm gonna wait for it to come out on the streaming services because I just find cinemas are so expensive.
Right. So yeah, sorry, go on.
But it's a thing where everyone online is saying Barbie is this, like, you need to go and watch it. Like a lot of people are saying a lot of straight guys should go and watch the film as well.
So without spoiling it, first off, actually, the cinema is so expensive. I'm not too familiar with cinemas in London. So where I'm from, we only have a Cineworld.
Yeah.
You familiar with Cineworld?
Yeah, we have one here too.
Cineworld is the most expensive thing ever. Like so my ticket was just under £13.
Just the ticket alone?
Yeah. I was actually going to treat myself to a snack or something, but then obviously after paying that, I thought, no, we can starve for an hour and a half. We're good. Yeah, just under 13 quid. But like for me, so a lot of my friends saw it on the opening night on the Friday.
Yeah.
So what? This time last week. And a lot of my female friends, I haven't spoken to any male friends about it. I don't know if any of them have watched it. But a lot of my female friends were very much like, a lot of men just don't get it. Right? And I thought, do you know what? Because the concept is that in Barbie world, this is without spoiling it, that women are in charge, which I think is great because we live in a fucking patriarchal society.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see women take control. But my friend said to me, a lot of the men just didn't understand it. So when I'm watching it, I'm overanalyzing so much to every detail to the point I didn't actually get a chance to sit back and enjoy it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so because you're thinking about it too much.
Yeah, but like what I got from it is very much about how do I do this without spoiling it? My one critique is that they have too many like famous people in it. I've always been a real like, I always think that's a bit of an L.
Yeah, I saw the cast. They have a lot of names in that.
And like what they do is, I feel like they're overcompensating so much that they're like, so Dua Lipa's in it, right? And her point is completely pointless. And it's almost like we've branded Dua Lipa being in it. And then there's quite a few people from Sex Education in it, about 3 of them, I think. So Shuti Gatwa, Emma McCabe, and the guy that plays Adam. Have you seen Have you seen Sex Education?
No. My boyfriend said it's on the list. We need to watch it. So
I would strongly recommend.
Yeah, eventually I'll be watching Sex Education.
But no, I feel like because a lot of men were criticising it.
Yeah.
I just feel as men, we need to appreciate this film has created a safe space for a lot of women, and it's made a lot of women feel seen. So many of my female friends who went to watch the film literally said to me that they cried throughout because they just feel so heard and so seen. And if in 2023 we can find something that like gives women some comfort while we slating the Barbie movie, okay, it may not be what men wanted exactly, but I think it gives us a very good viewpoint of the struggles that women encounter daily.
Yeah.
And I think it teaches us how we should behave more than anything else itself.
Yeah. So it does sound like I need to go out and see this film.
But yeah, I would recommend just try and go to not a Cineworld, because there are some where you can get it like cheap. My friend got one for like 2 tickets for £9, which is, I think, is pretty good. But like £13.
Yeah, that's a joke. Sorry, I'm not paid. That's why that's why I only go to the cinema if I feel for myself to be like, okay, I really want to see this film. Because when Barbie, when it's like being advertised, I'm like, I just don't have the drive to be like, oh my God, I need to go to the cinema to see this film. It's a thing where it's like, I could wait for this to come on a streaming service and then watch it like that.
I will say though, I have never seen so much marketing for one film.
A lot of people are saying that.
Ever. Like you literally, if you Google Barbie at the moment on Google, pink little sprinkles like come down on the screen. I think, and it's done really well to be fair, and I think it's the highest receiving film for a female director.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool to be fair.
It's good, yeah.
But yeah, no, do you know, no one ever tries to call me apart from when I'm here. Like there are times my dad's tried calling me and some unknown number. Like there are times I try and ring my dad like 4 times within like an hour, and he just, okay, I'll call him back after. But yeah, no, I would recommend watching it if there's a way that you can try and see it without spending half a mortgage.
Yeah.
But right, question: what's your take on going to the cinema alone?
I've done it before. Me personally, it was weird, but I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I don't mind going. I actually saw a TikToker post something about this like yesterday. Actually, it's like going on a solo date sometimes, or just being in your own space.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing. Like you don't always need to go. But then again, it also depends on you as a person, because some people have to be in a group. They have to be with somebody else.
There's no lead.
If I could, like, what film was it that I went to see? The Doctor Strange one.
Okay.
The Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
I went to this after work, because where I work, there's a cinema not too far. I just booked a ticket in advance, and I went to the cinema and watched the film by myself. During the week, the cinema was empty. I basically had the thing to myself. There was barred 2 other people in there.
Love that.
And I just watched the film. I was chilling, eating my popcorn. I was like, yeah, this is life, because I'm not surrounded by kids. I'm not surrounded by teenagers talking and ruining the film, because sometimes when you're in a cinema and you're surrounded by these teenagers, they don't know how to keep quiet.
And when you've paid nearly like 12 quid for a film,
like
you want
it's
to be
like
silent, don't you?
I'm trying to watch
100.
the film. Please respect. Like you're not the only ones in here. So yeah, I was glad that time. But yeah, I'm so for going by yourself to watch films.
I went to see Barbie by myself, and a lot of my friends were like, "Oh, who are you going with?" It was on my ones. I think it was a Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I find like the concept of people thinking it's weird, kind of weird in itself, because you're not talking. You literally can't speak.
You can't, yeah.
Like I had like these 2 little seats in the corner and I was just perfectly fine, sat on my own, doing my own thing. But people were like, oh, like, is that not a bit weird? And I was like, but why is it weird? Like I've started also going to gigs by myself.
Or like concerts and
which
stuff.
I'm really enjoying as well.
You see, now that is something but you see, ever since I've now got in a relationship, it's like these type of things, like for example, cinema, concerts, theme parks. Well, theme parks I've never gone to by myself. That's something I can never do.
No, that's different.
Something I can never do. But I always like try to go with my partner now to do these things because it's just like it's so much like better going with your other half.
No, I think if you have a designated other you can go with, then go for it. But I just for me, it's just like there are things now that I really want to go and see and watch, and I don't want to miss out because no one wants to hop on the bandwagon with me.
Yeah.
Like I've started going to like shows by myself as well, like shows in London. But you're not talking. The only difference though with shows, there's an interval. That can be a bit awkward when you're kind of like sat there chilling. And obviously gigs when you're waiting between acts from one to another. But no, like I'm all for going to the cinema by myself.
I just think, I think it's...
Do you want some more?
Yes, please. I think it's just
You can pour it because I don't think I'll do the measurements right.
I just think it's refreshing to sometimes you need your own space as well. Like it's not every day go with friends or go with this person or go with... But then again, if you're one of those people that need people around you, you need to look at yourself as well. I'm sorry. I'm just a person like you don't always need to be around people. Like ever since it was like one day when I just wanted to be by myself and I enjoyed my own company. I've never looked back.
I really,
I enjoy my own company.
I'm the same, man. I really enjoy my own company to the point that's kind of concerning. So like I live in a house of 3, but my brother's girlfriend's there quite a lot, so pretty much 4.
Yeah.
And like when I get those, it doesn't happen very often, but when I get those like periods where like the house is to myself, I'm literally thriving. I said this to my mum. I was like, do you know what? I genuinely think I would thrive living alone. But obviously the cost of living is making it quite difficult to be able to do so. But no, I really enjoy alone time. I'm trying to find the balance now, which is... I mean, it depends on the day, really. But like, I'm very I'm too comfortable in my own space.
I love it. Nah, and when people say to me, "Oh, Tareq, don't you like going out? Don't you like? How could you just stay at home?" I'm like, because I have so much to do at home. I can read. I can catch up on TV. I can sleep. I'm an advocate for sleeping. It sounds. Listen, I work 5 days a week, 9 to 5. When you see I have a chance to take a nap or lay in, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I like to go to the gym. I just like my own, and especially when you're by yourself, no one could say you did this or you said this, or no one could put your name in drama as well. Because that was another thing as well. When I was young, I was hanging around people that used to love drama too much, and I think that's why as well I love my own company.
Yeah, it's not really the energy you want when you're 24, is it?
Yeah, it's like I'm either. So this is how it is for me now. My partner, by myself, or with my small group of friends that I have, and that's it. Anybody else, I don't mind meeting new people. I'm all for meeting new people, making new friends. But I'm a person, I go off energy now. If I feel something isn't right, I back up.
Time out.
Yeah, I'm very... When it comes to that, I could go in a room, and if I go in a room full of people and I feel uncomfortable, I leave. Because why am I feeling uncomfortable? I shouldn't be getting this feeling.
At your big man age as well.
Yeah, why am I feeling so tense? I have to evacuate. So, yeah, I have to leave.
I think I'm going to invest in some glasses. Stupid me just looked to the left and I thought, oh God, I've literally said to you, don't look at the light because it hurts your eyes. That was very silly. Right, so we're going to play a game.
Okay.
So obviously... my show is called The Winning Side. I have a segment called Side to Side.
Okay.
Big up to Darius I can't swear no more. Big up to Darius every time. So the way it works is it's like one option or another, and you pick one option or another, right? And then you pick which one you prefer, and you give your reason why, and I do the same.
Okay.
Do you know what? So I used to do 5, but then when I was watching back, like trying to figure out how to improve, I just thought 5 goes on for so long because you'll be talking about what you prefer, and then you'll be, oh, hang on, have you heard of this thing that links to that? And then I thought, nah. So we're doing 3 now.
Okay.
Have you seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah. Wait, which one? The old one?
I haven't seen the new one, the OG one.
Yes, I have.
Oh dear, you look a bit reluctant.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
I don't think that will matter.
Okay.
I don't think that will matter.
All right, that's cool.
Okay, so side to side. So the old Aunt Vivian or the new Aunt Vivian?
Well, I'm picking the old because I haven't seen the new one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one. I haven't even had a chance to see it.
How do you mean?
Like,
so I think, hang on, so in the old series, the new one gets replaced halfway through.
oh, you're talking about in the old.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm still thinking of.
I know. I thought
No,
that's
the old one. Sorry, yes, the old one. Yeah, because I don't like when shows do that. When they recast, I don't know what it is. I understand that sometimes you have to, but I don't like it.
They made quite a lot of jokes about it as well. Like, you know, Jazz, like Will's mate.
Yeah,
the wreckhead. Love him. And he used to always, oh, Aunt Viv, she's gone really light, hasn't she?
They knew how to like add the comedy to it.
Which I think is good.
It's good.
But I think the reason why there was like loads of complications, like I think she wanted a higher salary, and she was very much like, I can't remember the actress's name, me or him. And they were like, well, obviously him. Like, do you mean you're got him? But yeah, I'm going to say old Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
I think old Aunt Viv has a lot of passion, a lot of charisma, a lot of power. I feel like old Aunt Viv gives me a lot of like energy.
Yeah.
And it just like feels really well suited. And with the new Aunt Viv, my grandma's always said to me, Jordan, if you have nothing nice to say, keep moving. So yeah. She's not even bad though, because if we had had her before, we probably would have thought the same. It's just when you have an original taken out, it's not the same.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the recasted. I don't like
as in the new one.
No, yeah, like for like any show I've watched, whether it's Fresh Prince or Power or whatever, if a character gets recasted, so let's say the character hasn't died or they haven't left the show for whatever, and they get recast, it just, that feeling is like, oh, because you've built up like this kind of, it's weird, like us as
like
fans
a relationship.
We've built up like a relationship with this with the actress or actor itself. To find that they've been replaced or recasted, it's like, ooh, it kind of hurts a bit. I'll be real, especially when you're so invested in a show. It's like, ooh, you betrayed the fans.
Yeah, it was good.
In a way, it's like, but we understand that behind the scene that there's complications that we also, as fans, need to take into account. So, yeah.
All right, so big up old Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
×2. Okay. What's more important when dating? Hypothetically, or even now, I guess. So, the approval of your partner from friends or family?
Family.
Okay.
Family for me.
Cool.
And the reason why I'm saying family, because if you don't, I'm a very family orientated person. I love my family. So if my partner wasn't approved by my family, it'll kind of be an issue for me. And vice versa. If I wasn't approved by his family, I would make sure, I would try my best. I've never done this with like anybody, but when it comes to like that type of scenario, I'll try my best to try and get them to like me or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, these are potentially could be my mother-in-law, father-in-law. These are like my extended family in a way, if it moves on to marriage. You understand? So this is why I find it important for me. The friends, I understand, like, to some people, friends could be a big thing, but for me personally, as family, friends I can always worry about afterwards.
See, okay, interesting. So my take is, and I love my family, so if anyone's watching this, do not get it twisted. My take is you don't choose your family. You choose my friends are my chosen family. To some extent, some of my friends probably know more about what I've done than my family.
Yeah, true.
More so because of like embarrassing stuff that I just would never want my parents to know. And I really value and appreciate what my parents think about people that I friends with and date and whatnot. However, I just think on a social aspect, if I'm looking through like a time scale going further on for whatever reason, apart from like family events, which really aren't that frequent, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
they really aren't. More time will be spent with friends.
I mean, when you look at it like that,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah, it does.
But
make
we
sense,
can
yeah,
we can agree to disagree, can't we?
Yeah,
That's just how it is. That's how our conversation works. But I think as much as obviously I would quite like my brothers and my sister and my parents to like whoever I'm with. I'm definitely going to, if someone says to me, who do you prefer? I'm like, well, who would you prefer to like whoever? I'd be like, well, my friends, 100%.
Yeah.
Because and also I feel like, I think the longevity, because the friends that I have now, why am I saying hypothetically? It's like in my, you know, like you've got like words like locked in your dictionary. Hypothetically. But like when I look forward and I look at longevity, the friends I have now, the friends that I hope to have forever until I go grey.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously my friends are a lot younger than my parents. And then, do you know what I mean? Even still. So I don't know, my mentality is that my friends will be spending more time with who I'm dating. Therefore, it just seems more important to be dating. It feels more, this is where I do the cut. It feels more important for my friends' approval over who I date compared to my family.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay, nah.
But I can see it either side. Like,
Yeah, like I understand your point 100%. But yeah, it's just because I feel like for me, it's just because I feel like I'm so family orientated and I love my family to bits.
but then I do feel like if I had, Mum's never really said, to be fair, but I feel like if I had like someone who my parents really, really disliked, it would be a bit of an L, to be fair, because I find that parents, particularly mothers, are quite good at sussing things.
Yep.
Bad friends.
Yep.
Bad relationships.
I wish I'd listened. I wish I'd listened in the past, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's 100% correct. I wish,
It's like a motherly instinct, isn't it?
It's weird, like they tell you as well, and it's like you don't want to hear it because it's like, it's like almost like, what do you know? But yeah, anyway, that's happened. Like we've moved on from that, so it's all good. It's all good.
Oops. Love Island or I Kissed a Boy?
Ooh, okay, all right. This is gonna. All right, cool. You know what? Yeah, people are probably gonna expect me to say I Kissed a Boy, but I'm saying Love Island, and I'm saying it with my chest. Only reason why I'm saying Love Island is only because I find it slight more entertaining than I Kissed a Boy. I feel like I Kissed a Boy, season number 1, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was very good. Love what it stands for. First ever gay dating show to air on TV
in the UK.
In the UK, love that for our community. But it's only, I'm looking at it from an entertainment point of view. When I'm sitting there watching the episodes, I'm like, okay, cool, but give me more. Like, is there more? Like,
okay, so let's talk about it. So I think there's a lot of critiques of I Kissed a Boy. To be honest, I think Ben had so many chances, it's ridiculous. I was reading an because I found that all the boys that came in later were for Ben. You know Ben.
Ben.
Was for no one else. No one else really stood a chance. I just thought that was really selective. But Ben, when you look at all the boys and you think, okay, typically who do the guys go for? Like, I guess like a blend between masc and femin's well suited. Ben is that person. Personally, like I think Ben's cute. Don't get it twisted. But Ben isn't the one that I would be gravitating towards if I was in there. That's for another day when hopefully I meet you. I think also, it would have made more sense if it was all put together. Like even because I think there were like 8 episodes. It would have made more sense for it to have been like just a week, day after day, instead of doing it like 2 episodes a week, 2 episodes a week, 2 episodes a week. And I think also it should have been like at a more current time.
Yeah.
When I say current time, I mean actually like Love Island, like a day or so before or after.
Because they filmed that like how many months before?
Like September.
Yeah.
2 weeks in September.
Yeah.
But I think all of this will be taken on board. It was, I think, for a first time attempt, it was
good. Yeah. I'm not.
And there wasn't really that much drama for a gay show.
I know, and I think that's what kind of threw me off a bit because I was like, a villa. I keep saying villa, but it's not villa. Masseria.
Yeah, Masseria.
Yeah, a Masseria full of gay guys. You expect drama to kick off. I was like, there was a little hiccups here and there, but
it was like, very minimal. I
I'm a person, like, when I'm watching reality TV and I'm watching stuff like this, I love the drama. I love watching the drama. I love the screaming and the shouting and, why are you talking to him? Like, that's my man. Like, I'm all here for it. Like, I'll be there with my popcorn, drinking my tea or whatever, watching the screen because I love to review these shows as well. So if the episode is good, my reviews will be good. That's how I see it. Because the excitement I have talking about these things, that's why it's like, okay, cool. But yeah, for me, for that question, it's Love Island. Maybe in a year's time, I might say different. I might say I think I Kissed a Boy or I Kissed a Girl.
I believe what's next is I Kissed a Girl. So I'm really excited to watch that.
Yeah.
Really excited. I think for me, I prefer I Kissed a Boy, but not necessarily because of like what it stands for, which sounds really awful. Like I'm all for like obviously having a queer show, but like there was a bigger range.
Yeah.
Like there was a few plus size boys.
Yeah, I love that.
And like I think one of them was Caleb, and he was so confident. Do you know, he was lush. Like he was so lovely, and there was definitely because Love Island is really restrictive of what you look like, and even like I won't say who, but they were talking about something somewhere about one of the girls being bigger, but like the girl wasn't even big. But like I don't think she's big personally.
I just, you know what, to be honest with you.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's...
To be honest with you, I feel like people need to, number one, be careful of their comments that they're saying online about other people. Because a lot of people say they don't care about what people say. I'm also one of those people. But if someone wants to say something about me, to be fair, if it's from someone online, I actually genuinely, like, I don't really bother too much about it because I'm probably never going to see you. You're never going to see me, and we'll leave it at that. But I feel like throwing hateful comments, especially about someone's weight or whatever, like, what's it got to do
or just their general appearance.
Yeah, like, it's so mean and it's unnecessary. Like, if someone is plus size and they're happy, that's them. Like, I don't understand why people need to comment on it and why people be like, oh, but why? How did you get to date this person? Why? How did that person get to? It's none of your business.
And some people, I think like, some people are still in that really selfish mindset and don't appreciate how, like, okay, personality does stand out for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, you need initial attraction. Don't be dumb. Like, we'd all be lying if we didn't have that. But like, the longevity is based on compatibility and us getting on as people, not because I think you're sexy.
Yeah,
you know. But no, I think that's why I'm more for I Kissed a Boy, because there's just a bit better range of people. And I think with moving forward with Love Island, and everyone's going to cuss me and be like, oh, Shab, what do you know? But like, we need oh my God.
More inclusive.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I'm struggling to
inclusivity. Yes. Because there are big boys and big girls at home thinking, I would love to go on a show like this and have the opportunity to
find love.
Well, two things. Let's be honest. Find love and have a career in the public space. Because let's be honest, that's what it is. And I think there's no shame in shaming for that. I think it's a really good gateway.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? I'm really bored of like the
six packs and chiseled bodies.
Just
and
give me some dad bods, man.
Yeah.
You could still be cute.
You know how many people love dad bods? You know how many people love guys with like bellies and stuff like there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's absolutely not. Yeah. So long as the individual is confident within themselves.
That's sexy.
Yeah. To me, that's more of a turn on. That when you're confident in your body and you're confident and you're walking around and you don't give a toss. Like, I love that for someone. I love that for them.
And I've noticed that, like, so for me I say I have a type. I just fancy everyone, to be honest. I rate anybody. But like, where I've had it where like there are people that are like maybe a bit bigger compared to people who are like quite toned and muscular. I've noticed that like with like people who are like have like a nicer looking body aesthetically, put in less work, less communication, because it's like, oh, I know that I'm sexy. I know that I'm subjectively attractive. Therefore, I don't really feel the need to put in as much effort. Whereas the guys that I've kind of had the lovely fortune of like doing whatever with who are bigger are genuinely kinder and more considerate people, because I guess they kind of have to be, because they don't necessarily always fit beauty standards.
Yeah, it's just me personally. It's the same with you. I don't really have a type. Like, it's cliche, like me saying this, because people are gonna be like, oh, but a load of people say they don't have. I genuinely do not. The only thing I would say when it comes to types, right? I prefer a guy that's either my height or taller, but there's no problem. Like I said, I've had interactions with guys smaller than me, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Wait, sorry, what was that? You want someone who's taller?
No. So it's like my type. Only thing I would say with type is either someone that's around my height or taller than me. But it's a thing where shorter guys is not, I would like in the past never dismiss or say no to them. It's just like, that's what I would look for if I was on a dating app. But if I'd let's say match with a guy that was smaller than me, that's no problem.
I love the short kings, to be honest.
Yeah, that's like no problem. But obviously, like my preference was someone either my height or I don't know. I just find that really sexy.
Are you the more like with you and your boyfriend? Out of curiosity, are you both like with regards to like how do I word this? Does one of you take the more like masculine role? You both quite, because from someone who doesn't know, you both seem quite similar energy, I would say.
You know what? So I don't even know myself, to be honest. Like the thing is, I don't want to say I'll take more on the masculine. It's more like I feel like it's equal.
Yeah.
Because I have feminine traits, but I've been told by many, many people that you're very masculine. And I can understand it. Maybe the way I act, the way I talk, the way I walk, I don't know. But I have feminine traits. Like, I have feminine traits.
As you should.
Yeah, it's like I'm in touch with my feminine side and I'm also in touch with my masculine side as well. So that's why when that question comes, it's like kind of difficult for me to answer because it's like...
From an outsider, it just seems like you're both on very
neutral.
I'm going to start drinking. Yeah, neutral energy, yeah. Have you got any icks?
Icks? You know, as you're asking me that, I can't think on the spot, but icks. Actually, yeah, I do. How could I forget disrespect? Sorry, I can't. No, and you have to respect.
To you or to like just people?
So to me and also to other people. If I see you disrespecting like your mother or especially your family, mother, sister, whatever, and especially when a man is disrespectful to a woman, no, that's a turn off for me.
That's what made me stop fancying Tareq. But we'll move on. So, right, for me personally, my biggest ick is men. Men that like men who go on about being straight passing. That's my biggest ick.
Well, like the straight curious thing.
No, like men who are like out. Yeah. Or potentially are out, but men who just go on about being straight passing. Because realistically, I'm a queer man. I don't care if you're straight passing. Straight passing it's not attractive to me. Well, no, that's not fair to say. I fancy any type of man, and I think you can't. If you're straight passing, and that's fine. Yeah. But I think if your brand is to go on about being straight passing, it's like you're kind of like giving me kind of like internalized homophobia. And surely there's more traits to you than your ability to be straight passing. Like it's not a turn on, but like if that's the way you are, fair play, go with it, run with it. But like it shouldn't be your character, it shouldn't be your brand. It doesn't make sense to me. Like why are you going on about it? I'm just trying to make sense of straight passing is it that men that say they don't date men that's feminine? No, straight passing is more like men who would be seen as straight.
Men who would be seen as...
So say I'm dating someone, right?
Yeah.
And say you don't... Okay, so say we meet up or something, and I'm dating a guy, and it doesn't look like my boyfriend's, and you think they're straight.
Oh, okay. So I would look in the street and think, there's no way you're gay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So my argument is I'm really put off by guys that go on that they have that ability. Because I just think, well, like, what exactly do you want me to do with that? And realistically, if you're a guy that likes guys, why would you actually be talking about that? Because that's not, do you know what I mean?
Oh, I understand now. Because before I wasn't processing straight passing. Because I thought it was a thing where you have masculine men that say, they don't want nothing to do with it. I thought that's what it was in my head initially.
You can't really win though, can you? Because I think masculine men going for masculine men is like, could be seen as an issue because... Well, it's like two mandem, innit? Yeah. But then also, like, mass going for femme is like, I don't know, this is why I just think types are so problematic. Like, just like everybody.
Just go off vibes.
Kiss everyone.
Go off vibes, man. Listen,
give everyone a smooch.
I'm a person, obviously, like you said, initially, attraction has to be there, but I go off vibes, man. If I vibe well with somebody, then why not? Why do I need to be like, okay, so you have to look like... I feel like when you do that as well, you limit yourself.
Yeah, you're very...
You have like a whole list of, this is what I want, this is what the person has to look like, they have to be this. You're limiting yourself. Like, there's a whole world out there. Why limit yourself to
and
this?
I think
this list.
And I think when you're being that restrictive, you could have met your perfect person, but they're not even in your like consideration because they don't match the certain like traits that you want, and they could literally be because okay, I've like had it before where I used to be like, and this is when I was like a bit, I wouldn't say internalized, but like I come from a very white place, so I guess it made it a bit more difficult. I used to be very much like, okay, white man, taller than me, masculine, and now like the idea of that, to be fair, like I said, I like anyone, but to be that restrictive, I think is really weird. And now like, okay, I'll see a black brother and he's gorgeous, I'll see an Asian man and he's nice. I'm just like, I don't know, I just feel like we put so much energy into avoiding particular things that guys have, and it's just like, well, you could have met your perfect person, but you wouldn't know that because you're not even willing to like open up your like bracket a little bit, you know?
Yeah. No, it's true, honestly. I just feel like be more open-minded. That's just my advice to people when they're dating. I understand people have types and preferences. Totally, I get it, but just try to be more open-minded. So,
yeah. So let's talk. I don't really know how to start this. So I'm going to like work my absolute hardest this weekend so I can release this on Sunday before Monday, because I feel like if it comes on Monday, everyone will be like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
That is my aim. Okay, so obviously we're approaching we're in the final week of Love Island, aren't we?
Yeah. Thank God.
Do you know what? I feel like it's taken up so much of my brain and so much of my time that like I'm really excited for a recharge. I need my 10 months off now.
Yeah, I need my life back. I've been screaming it. I can't wait for this week to be done so I could get my life back. I've been locked up for 8 weeks.
But there are people that literally come into my work and they know how much I love it, and they'll like stop me in like at work and be like, oh, have you seen this? There's this one lady that comes in, and you know, you get on the app like the minute like sneak peek.
Yeah.
She'll show me that, and my manager will be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Love Island, I'll be there in 2 minutes. It's so bad. But yeah, okay, so final week of Love Island. How do I go about this? Okay, the season as a whole, what are you saying?
Really good season. Better than the winter one. The producers ate this season. They ate.
I think the winter one had so much criticism.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, we need to step up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because the way plot twist was coming left, right, center, people got dumped on the spot. This one happened. 2 people got dumped here. Then they got another text. Another 2 people got dumped. I was like, yeah, producers. Nah, I have to give it to them. They've done their thing this season. I can't. But it kept me on my toes.
Winter just needs to go, though. I think we're done with winter.
I just think with Love Island, just do one a year. Just do the summer one, because what's it? They're planning to bring Big Brother back soon, which is airing in the fall. And then what? We have Winter Love Island starting again in January. Like, and then I'll be back doing.
I'm really excited for Big Brother. To be fair.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really excited. Yeah. But I think this season. There you go.
Thank you.
That's right. I think this season has been really well done. I think they've had like. One thing I want to say is I think I'm really happy about the representation this year. Yeah,
a lot more diversity.
And I can actually see the top 2 like runners up being both couples of colour. Top 2 couples even. There's been a lot of respect on the outside, let's say, for black women, which doesn't always happen. Apart from Catherine, to be fair, she's been slaughtered.
It's like it's never. The death threats and stuff like that. It's for me, it will never be that serious.
You can cuss someone for their behaviour and the way they've acted, but you have to. I think you need to. I think we need to remember that, like, when all of these things happen in Love Island, we're only seeing a snippet.
Yeah.
We're seeing an hour of 24 hours. So the way that they've edited it could make it look completely different. Because there have been times where I've watched stuff and listened to people and they'll be like, that didn't happen, that's completely exaggerated. Or they've taken one snippet from one conversation and added it to another, so it never actually correlated. Even the fight with Ella and Whitney.
It happened like a week ago.
Like 3 days before. Very dumb, very stupid. But this... Sorry, go on.
No, you go first and then I'll say my piece.
No, I was just going to say, but no, this season is good. It's promising. What are you saying?
So with Mitchell now, I had some tea. I was actually watching a video before I came here. Mr. Mitchell, he has a game plan. And the reason why he's so messy, because number one, he's apparently studied every single season of Love Island. This is allegedly, this is what I heard on a video.
Yeah, say allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, allegedly, yeah. He also is a huge fan of the show, so studied it. And he also said he wanted to be a memorable character. So I'm thinking, all the messiness now.
Give it like, that behaviour won't give you brand deals.
Yeah,
it won't get you management.
He's... My brain can't take him no more. He's unhinged.
Do you know what, right? I feel like
my brain.
At this point, I'm really frustrated with the Love Island producers, because how have you managed to get a moron like Mitch throughout the whole duration?
It's crazy. The first 3 weeks, I would have thought, yeah, he's gone, he's dumped. That's it. Because he didn't find a connection.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the fans, and I blame the public. Because when it was the public vote, that was our chance to get... He could have been gone by the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He could have been gone. But people are like, he's bringing entertainment. He's funny.
Not even.
Let me spit some truth. I'll be real. I'm not gonna lie. There were certain things Mitch was doing. I was like, okay, he's a clown. He's funny. He's making me laugh. Da 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 da. But then there were certain other things. I was like, nah, this is overtaking the funniness now. Like this is deranged. Like, it's gone beyond a point where.
I genuinely think men like Mitch are dangerous.
Oh, so dangerous.
How can you go from locking lips with your girl to then going back to the mandem literally 2 minutes after and being like, I think she's fake? And then when you get caught out, then do a follow-up of that and then say, it was because I was nervous, because I was cautious. But like, realistically, that isn't the way you treat someone that you care for. You would talk to them and address the issues and then go from there. But instead, my man's very much like, she's fake, I don't know. But the only reason he feels bad is because he's been caught, and he doesn't even feel bad. He's actually kind of made her feel guilty for like, what's the word? For misunderstanding him. And then that's obviously led to the corruption he's in. Because I think at that point now, he's thought, crap, I've lost it now. Because now she's clocked on. But I like Ella B, to be fair. I feel sorry for her. I don't think she's a likable character massively, but I don't think she's a horrible person.
Yeah, she's not a horrible person at all, yeah.
I think her feelings are very legitimate, so it's quite sad to see. But like, part of me's thinking, if you don't get booted out, have the decency to leave anyway, because come on, like, that's fake.
Yeah, sorry, but
it's okay.
Even with this whole Ella B and Mitch situation, and I just found it, sorry, but even in my review, I said it yesterday, the girl was crying. She's crying. Mitch was just like this.
He wasn't even looking at her.
He was just like...
Wasn't even looking at her.
Like, come on, you've upset somebody. Where's the comfort to say, all right, babe, you know what, I didn't mean it in this way. Nothing. He just like, I was upset. I can't stand people in general when they don't take accountability. Ooh, it really gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
And you know who grinded me like that last for the winter one? Olivia. Because she wasn't taking accountability. I'm sorry, I can't stand when people just put your hand up and say, you know what, I was wrong, I effed up, we move forward. And that's it. That's all people want. It really annoys me. Because the fact that I have to be seeing this every day for 8 weeks as well is, it's too much.
Okay. Who would you say is the most comparable?
What, right now?
Yeah. Let's go based on who's still there.
Ooh.
Obviously, by the time this gets released, another couple would have left.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Ella and Mitch. But yeah, who do you think is most comparable? I think Ella and Ty.
Ella and Ty, they're the most compatible.
I
just have to say one. Just one. I can't say it's between two couples. I have to say one.
Say two. Say your... Yeah.
Okay, so for me, Ty and Ella, Whitney and Lockham. Those are my two for me.
Who do you want to win?
Whitney and Lockham, I'm so sorry.
No, same.
I want Whitney and Lockham because the thing is, maybe if it wasn't Lockham and it was a different... No, but I'm a Whitney fan through and through. My TikTok review page for when I was reviewing this season of Love Island, I said my account is a Whitney Stan account. We are not allowing any form of Whitney slander on my account because she has not done anything wrong. To me personally, hasn't done anything wrong.
She's very, what I've noticed with her, she's very calm.
Yeah.
She's very well composed. You never actually see her raise her voice. I think the producers did the worst mistake ever, revealing that she was the most popular, because you can see people like looking at her sideways now. Molly has suddenly become her bestest friend. Ella and Ty are like low-key, well no, Ty's high-key cussing, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I really don't think it was a very smart, logical, I mean, they obviously knew what they were doing, but like realistically, I think, I don't know, it didn't make sense as to why it was necessary for Whitney to be, for it to be recognised that Whitney's the most popular, because they could have dumped them just based on like low votes.
Yeah, like they normally do.
Realistically, like there was no reason as to why people needed to know, because I think ever since people have like been like trying to cause a ruckus with her.
Yeah.
And I've noticed, someone said this on the podcast the other day. Do you know India from last year, India Pollock and Sam Thompson?
Yeah.
They do a podcast really, really good. Love Island morning.
It's the one
after.
the morning after one.
It's good. I really enjoy it. And India said, "Have you noticed that Molly's been moving quite closely to Whitney ever since realizing she's the most popular?" But Molly, she's got her brand deal secured either way. Molly gives me like influencer energy. She's gonna be fine. She will.
Molly is gonna be fine. From time she entered the villa, I already knew I knew what it was already. Especially from the date that her and Zach had. Oh Lord have mercy, the all pink, the confetti, pink dress, and come on, what film has just been released? And Margot Robbie is in Love Island, one of her favorite shows.
Yeah.
So it's giving Molly. Her future is secured. She's going to be absolutely fine. I even made a video about it today, actually.
Yeah, Molly, Tyreek, Ella, Whitney.
Them four, they're secured.
Yeah.
Like, brand deals will be screaming for. I feel like Whitney's going to get the India treatment, if not better.
Yeah, because I think India is probably the most successful black Love Islander.
Yeah.
I think quite a few of them are doing quite well, to be fair to them. Not to discredit their success.
Yeah.
But I do think India's success within such a short time has been amazing. Like
I love that, yeah.
I love it for her. She's probably doing better than Ek and Sue, to be fair.
What happened? I heard something about she got dropped from her recent deal with Opoly.
Yeah, it's because most of her followers are predominantly like men who obviously won't buy the stuff, and women in like other continents.
Oh, okay.
So it just wasn't working. There was no longevity. But I think for Ek and Sue, the issue with her is the attitude and the behaviour she had in the villa that made her likeable hasn't been maintained.
Okay.
She's very, if you watch anything, she's very heavily media trained. But she's still, I mean, I don't think she's struggling. I think she's like getting like...
Yeah, she's still doing her
She's
thing.
got money going into the account, do you know what I mean, on the regular. So I don't think she's like without, you know, just not really as much. I don't think she matched the hype outside that she did inside.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because she was cool, but...
She was a character.
But big up India, to be fair, like, you know what I mean? Got to big up my community, you know?
Definitely, yeah.
But yeah, no.
By association, Sammy needs to be dumped. I've been screaming it from when he said what he said to... what did he say to Catherine again? About Scott. How could Scott be attracted? Something along those lines. Something dumb like, how could Scott be attracted to you or something? And I was just like, Sammy, you need to watch your tone because you're saying some madness on national television. You need to watch. Like, it was giving microaggression. And I said, from that day, I don't like Sammy. Even before when he came in as a bombshell, because he really did bombshell to me personally. But when he came in as a bombshell, I'm like, this guy's just he gives weird energy. Like, even the way he talks like.
Someone told me that he reminds them of Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Him and Casey both do. I just feel like it's interesting because obviously both of the girls that they became serious with were kind of looking elsewhere afterwards, which obviously they cussed for. But then my argument is, but you guys treated them so badly prior. Why would they not do the same?
Yeah.
Do you know? And even then, it didn't equalize, did it? Really?
Like, I don't know. And it's just ever since then, like he said another comment about Jess. He was like, what did he say? Jess is not even his type. He done Jess a favor when he said it in that confessional. I'm like, This is why I still don't believe he could make Jess he can go on one knee and propose to Jess. I still don't believe they're compatible. I don't believe they're compatible, personally.
In the real world,
They're not gonna work.
in the real world, if I was treated by a man the way that Ty has treated Ella, or the way that Sammy has treated Jess, I'd be gone. Because how many other girls or people do you need to speak to figure out they're the one? Personally, my argument is if you meet someone and they're like suited for you, that's you done.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to be locking lips with multiple people to figure out. And surely there's another alternative way to have a test. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I love Lachlan. Am I saying his name right?
Locken. Yeah, Locken.
Locken.
Yeah.
That's why I love Locken. I think he's probably my favourite male this year. He's really sweet.
He's sweet.
He's sweet. He's kind.
He's respectful.
He's lang.
You can actually tell like he's had good upbringing. I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying like Tyreek hasn't, because I'm not saying that these other guys haven't, but it's just like the way Tyreek sometimes speaks to women is totally unacceptable. Telling women to shush, shut up, and you don't speak to. And the thing is, Ella needs to be checking him when he does it, and I don't think she does.
That's another thing. She just kind of like stays quiet, doesn't she?
But then again, we don't know because we're only seeing an hour.
Yeah, let's be conscious of how they edit it, and it'll be fun to watch interviews after and see them watch it back and be like, well, no, something got completely cut out, something got completely missed out. Do you know what? I don't know if it's because I've become so fed up of Sammy and Ty, but I think Molly and Zach are very well suited.
You think so?
So I'm a real advocate for opposites attracting. Right? And they're very different. Obviously, he's from South London. She's a bit more of a bougie babe. But you can tell, personally, I think you can tell that they really like each other because she's only really ever had eyes
for Zach.
For him.
Yeah.
And then with him to her, well, yeah, because initially it was always her. And then when she came back into Casa Amor, he was very like on the bandwagon straight away. But then like, compatibility doesn't necessarily equalize to longevity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my only thing. I feel like, hopefully, in my ideal world, Whitney and Locken will stay together. But then he's so... I feel like, they will. I think Ty and Ella will. Because I think...
I don't know about them.
So
I don't know.
I didn't hear that. I must have misheard it. But I was listening to the podcast this morning. And apparently Ella has said that she's going to move to London.
Yeah, she did say that yesterday.
I didn't remember hearing it.
Yeah.
Ella's a model, so that makes sense. So she can literally go anywhere. That's not really a problem. I feel like when Sammy gets any temptation in a club when they do their appearances after, he'll be gone. If Jess has any respect for herself.
Jess needs to just go.
And I love Jess.
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, this is an argument I've always stood by. Even if you don't find love in Love Island... Realistically, so many people know who you are.
Yeah.
There are all these girls in there who are absolute 10 out of 10s and these guys that are like 3 at a push. And my argument is, okay, you didn't find someone in Love Island, but you've got so much exposure now. There will be a guy who is literally willing to do the most for you. And there are these other guys who are in the island talking to you who won't even be exclusive until like 2 days before finishing.
That's why. So it's true because the Catherine and Elon situation. Elon was allegedly, again, I heard on a video, he only went on Love Island to promote his business.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, like that. Nothing wrong with that. But you see, like everybody loved Catherine and Scott. I was so for Catherine and Scott, man. I was so for I was on that ship because before I was very skeptical because when Zach tried to get to know Catherine and then he did that whole nonsense, that's when Zach lost a few points from me.
Yeah.
But when Scott came to get to know Catherine, at first I was very hesitant. I was like, no, I'm not jumping board this ship because I'm not getting sucked in again for the same thing to happen and then I get, no, because I had PTSD from the first time. So
Jesus Christ.
Then, obviously now, weeks are going by, days are going by, and they're getting closer and closer. I'm thinking, okay, I'm loving this. I like where this is going. And then Casa Amor happens. I was like, no. I was like, Kath, no. But yeah, now, Elon, he's not looking for a relationship. The bottom line is he's not even looking for a relationship now. So it's like...
He's looking for business ventures.
Yeah. Which I get, you focus on yourself, but it's like...
Yeah, there are ways to go around it.
Yeah.
Because I think once you've been in the villa, if you've created, that's impressive if it's worked for him, because he didn't speak. We didn't hear him speak.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people have a really good opportunity to like make connections and make exposures if you do it quite soon after departure in the villa. I think everyone has like an equal chance. Not obviously the ones at the top have a higher chance, but like there are some people from last year who were literally doing like appearances for like 2 weeks and they have brand deals regularly.
Yeah.
They may not be for big brands, but it's paying more than the 9 to 5. It's a better structure, isn't it? A bit more flexible.
Yeah.
I've never fancied anyone on Love Island like I fancy Scott. I think he is.
I think Scott's really attractive to
really,
be honest.
if you had to, well, obviously you're not obviously you got a boyfriend, but who do you think's the most attractive boy in the villa this year? So hang on, let me reword that because I can hear myself muttering. Who do you think is the most attractive guy that's been in this year?
I'm just trying to picture all the guys in my head.
It's definitely Scott.
You know what?
It was
You know what's crazy? You know Cody, the Casa Amor guy that came in.
He would be really cute if he got one of his fucking clips.
I think he's hot. I don't know what it is. But I think he's hot.
He's very handsome.
Yeah, like
Very handsome. No,
Yeah.
I agree.
nah. For me, I think it's Cody personally.
I can't get with the hair. I can't
I
get
don't know what it is, but yeah, Cody. Yeah, he's attractive. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Scott's my boyfriend, but yeah, fair. Hypothetically.
When Scott is when he's mad. For some reason when Scott is mad, he's more attractive. When you finding that, like
The one comment that really got to me was in the movie night, and Leah said something, and then Scott was like, "Leah, you haven't spoken for 4 weeks."
Nah, Scott. No. One thing with Scott, when he dished out corn, he did not stutter.
Yeah.
He did not stutter, and I was like, "Oh," but it was true though, because Leah, you was doing a bit too much talking for someone that we haven't heard your mic. No, it's true. Like Scott ate. Like he ate. Anytime Scott came for someone, he ate.
Yeah.
So it was like, nah.
I can see Scott having quite a lot of success afterwards,
Definitely.
career-wise.
He already has.
He's
I
a footballer, isn't he?
think. Yeah, he's a goalkeeper.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I see him doing well. I see him on adverts and stuff like that. I see it happening.
Here it is Friday. I really hope I can get my crap together to release this on Sunday. Who do you think is going to win?
Whitney and Lockham are my winners.
I hope so.
They're
I
my
really
winners.
hope so.
I don't. Yeah, sorry, Ella and Ty, but I don't think Ty deserves 50k after the way he spoke to women personally.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even deserve second place.
Yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
If I had it my way, Whitney and Lockham would win. Who else is in the villa?
Molly, Zach.
Molly and Zach will be runners up because, okay, Molly and Zach aren't that likable to a lot of people, but they've never treated each other severely badly. I think Molly was very dramatic with that kiss thing with Katie.
Yeah, she's an actress. She's a performer. So
Yeah, she is.
Nah, so there's a little bit of element to that, but yeah.
But like on not the jump. But like, I don't know. I don't think she's a horrible person. I just think she wants to be rich, which I hear it. So I want them to be runners up, and I would love Ella and Ty to be fourth, to be honest. But I like Ella. I do like Ella, but Ty's not doing it for me. But then, who do I dislike more, Ty or Sammy?
No. Sorry for me. Oh boy, that's a good question.
I would say Ty.
You know what? I would say Ty, but only because of the microaggression comment. They both talk to women like crap. That's the thing. Like they both speak to women like crap. Especially because Sammy was the only thing with Ty is when he does his disrespect, he will apologize after. Sammy wouldn't. He would what do you call it? He would never again take accountability. It was very hard for him to take I don't think I've ever heard Sammy say sorry, like properly go up to say, I'm sorry that this happened. It would always be a thing where it would be like, oh, but you don't get, like, it was just chat. Like, when I said that, like, it's like, no, hush for 1 minute and understand that you've upset somebody and just take accountability. Own what you've done. Okay, cool, you said what you said, but also say sorry. We're not here to argue with you, but Yeah, that's just my thing personally. So I don't know which one of them I dislike more.
I mean, let's just hope Whitney and Locke can win. That's the main thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. Right, so this, I don't think this actually happened this week. I think it happened last week, I want to say.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be quite interesting to talk about. So last week, Troye Sivan, obviously the Australian singer, he's not really someone that I subscribe to personally, but I used to really like him when he used to do before he became a singer, he used to do like YouTube talk videos, which I thought were quite cute. So he released a music video last week for his new song called Rush. Yeah, a new song called Rush. It's basically just him, and it's basically pretty much about like queer joy, pretty much.
Okay.
In a nutshell. But the video has a lot of criticism because it's predominantly like men that are quite. Well, no, it's not predominantly. It's all men that are either slim, skinny, or muscular.
Okay.
So then there's been a lot of backlash because yeah, I'm not. I have to stop drinking now. There's a lot of backlash because obviously a lot of the community were like, well, this doesn't represent all of us. It's only a small portion, which is very true because dad bods and bigger boys and plus size boys. So a lot of people said this back and forth, and then Troye Sivan barked back and said, I definitely hear the critique. To be honest, it just wasn't a thought we had. We obviously weren't saying we want to have one specific type of person in the video. We just made the video, and there wasn't a ton of thought put behind that. Well, this is privilege of a white twink, basically. I think, because realistically, if I'm making a music video for queer people in particular, I'm catering to all different types. For me personally, and I think in the queer community, there's a certain amount of pressure to look a certain way. It's very much like you have two options to be accepted socially, right? You have to either be like a slim, skinny twink or like muscular. And if you're anything in between or either, you don't really fit into the category. I think there's been so much pressure put on to look a certain way that if you don't fit that, you stand out from the crowd. Yeah. And I think for Troye Sivan to not even take proper accountability for what he's done, I don't know, it's not sitting well with me personally.
So I'll be honest to say I've never heard of this person before. Troye Sivan is his name.
I'm gonna show you the video in after.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to hear that, especially as a big like icon in the community, I feel like that's something you should think about before releasing a music video or even putting it together with your production team, with the directors or whoever, or with the team or with your team behind the scenes as well. Because at the end of the day, right, he knows how people are. You can't just have a bunch of muscular dudes and twinks in a video and not have plus size or dad bods in. Like, it's because like imagine now the guys with that men with dad bods or plus size men watch this video now and they're thinking, well, I'm just seeing a bunch of six packs and where's my representation? That's what it is to them, and they're sitting there thinking, what's the point? Like,
and I think what triggered me the most is I think the queer community is so heavily like discriminated against anyway. So it's almost like you've caused like further like division in the community by not including all of us. Like, where are the plus size? Where are the bigger boys? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that's a problem in the community as well. There's a lot of division, and it shouldn't be like that. We are already looked down upon by some straight people and other people. So as a community, we should be standing together, coming together and being as one. And this whole division being like, okay, so if you're twink and you're this, if you're muscular, you're this and this, if you're plus size, you're over there. Like, nah, all this division doesn't make sense to me. We should all be together and all be as one. That's just my thing personally anyway.
Yeah, no, agreed. What I'll do is, just so we save time on this, I'll show you the video after, if that's all right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so move on to the last thing. Okay, so I want to end this by talking about, we should have done, I reckon you'd have been really good for dilemmas. If you come up, we'll do dilemmas, I think.
Dilemmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Round two. Okay, so last week it was announced that Ariana Grande, my sister, my mother, my everything, who's your favourite singer?
I think Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah, Beyonce. I grew up listening to her, so it's like, Yeah, for me, it's Beyonce. I love her music. I prefer her older music though to now. That's just
interesting, really.
Yeah, I prefer to the left, everything. I just prefer those type of songs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like her newer song's great. It's actually great for the LGBTQIA plus community. It's like a shout out to us as well. But I don't know. I just love her older tunes more.
Yeah. It's all good, to be fair. But yeah, so last week Ariana announced that she was divorcing her husband. No, she didn't announce it. Sorry, a rep of her announced that she is divorcing her husband of 2 years. I think he's an estate agent, maybe, but like a rich one, not like not like the average one, but you know what I mean, like one that's like making big boy money on her level.
Yeah.
But then quite shortly after, it's been revealed that Ariana Grande is, because she's currently living in London filming for Wicked, the film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's been living here for the last year because she's filming for the Wicked, the film adaptation version. But it's then been revealed that her co-star is also going through a divorce with his wife. And then soon after that, it then got announced that Ariana and this guy whose name I cannot remember. I
think I did see this, yeah. I did see this.
Do you know who he looks like? You know Junie from Spy Kids?
Oh, God, it's been years since I've watched Spy Kids.
Do you know Meghan Trainor's husband? Same person. Well, anyway, him. He looks like him, but I think the other guy's a bit more cuter. Oh my God, what's his name? I definitely screenshot this. Ethan Slater. I think he's more like a musical actor. I'm not too sure who he is. I've never heard of him, to be fair. Okay. But then it's been revealed that they are now together. Coincidence? I really don't think so. Apparently the wife has been going to any news reporter who will listen, saying that Ariana has actually met her multiple times, said to her she wants to start a family. And to be honest, as much as I love Ariana, that's my sister, I hear it. Because realistically, right, if I'm dating someone and Ariana Grande takes them away from me, you best bet that I'm going to rinse every outlet for what they have and to be a go around spreading it from one to another. Yeah. You know? But you would though, wouldn't you? You got to make something out of it. And they've just had a newborn baby as well.
Yeah, so
very twisted.
Yeah, it's sticky, it's techie. Like, them type of situations are messy.
Because reps from both sides have said, oh, no relationship was established until after the breakup, and it's almost like, okay, so one of either you either cheating together whilst filming, or the second you had conversations about being together and having mutual feelings, and then waited to break up. So either with the other partner, so either way, it's a sticky situation.
Yeah, it's the timing for me. It's the timing.
In a very short time period,
short space of time. Yeah. It's like, because. Like I'm okay. I'm gonna tell. Do I talk about this? Nah, you know what? Yeah, I'll talk about it. So I've been not in a similar situation, but like let's say you meet somebody. Okay, so with my current man now, we met a long time ago. Like not in person, but we met when I was still in the closet. Mm-hmm. And then obviously when I came out, messaged him. He was seeing someone, so I was on the dating apps and I met someone, right? But obviously we stayed as friends. I don't believe in this thing where it's like, okay, so because I'm dating someone now, I got to block you and do all of that. We stayed as friends.
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah, we kept it mutual. And I don't know, like after just talking on a friendship level over time, feelings started to develop. So that's when, this is when I knew I was like, okay, like this is getting a bit sticky now. So obviously I was very honest with the boyfriend I had at the time. I said, look, this is the situation. The X, Y, and Z. I'm starting to catch feelings, blah, blah, blah. But I was very open and honest. I said, I got respect for you. I got love for you, but
not in that way.
If my heart is not in it, I have to be upfront and honest with you. So I feel like in this situation here, it's not similar because this is to do with marriage and that. Like, they're getting divorced and stuff. So this is a whole different kind of ball game. But I understand if your heart's not in it, you can't force it. You
can't. But I think the difference between you is you actually said to whoever you were with what was happening. These other halves had no idea.
Yeah.
They then both file for divorce either end, and then it gets released by the. Okay, full stop. And then it gets released by the press that they're now allegedly dating. Yeah. So that would be like you not telling the guy then breaking up, getting with your current boyfriend, and then some mutual from whatever reason then saying, oh, they're together quite soon after. How does that add up? That's the difference.
Yeah, it's I guess it's hurtful as well, to be honest.
It is. It's a kick in the face. And I think like we don't really appreciate that communication is key. Just talk.
Yeah,
just
that's all it takes.
Have a
Just
conversation,
simple
man.
It may not go the way that one person may like it or both of you may like
But
it.
they can get annoyed. They can't. Well, no, they can get annoyed, but they can't like hold it against you because you've been vocal.
Honest,
yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I do feel though, like I don't know. I'm like a proper Ariana Grande fan. So if she ever sees this, I actually love you, and like we can talk. I do feel though that Ariana Grande is one of those people who just like heavily receives so much criticism. Like I feel like even if she wasn't moving sideways the way she is now, they would still find a way to undermine her. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I think I've noticed it in the industry, especially with women.
Yeah.
Like women of any bracket or environment. I just feel like she's quite victimized for a lot of things, but then like, at the same time saying that there are a lot of scenarios with other men where it coincidentally seems to be that they shortly break up with someone prior to then getting with her. Do you know what I mean? It's like a familiar pattern.
Yeah. Didn't that happen a few years ago?
It's happened quite a few times.
Yeah.
It happened with her husband, happened with Mac Miller, happened with Big Sean.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Because she's Ariana Grande, isn't she? Like many men don't have like the what's the words? The power to just say no.
Yeah.
It's Ariana Grande. You know?
That's crazy.
She's lame, to be fair. I hear
Yeah,
it.
she's beautiful. I remember watching her back on what was the show called?
Victorious.
Yeah. And Sam and Cat and yeah, but her music, I like her music, but would I call myself a fan? Nah, I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I do like her music.
Okay, that's my sister.
Is she like number one for you?
So like I remember when she used to do covers on YouTube before she started doing singing, and I used to like there was this really weird website. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Bands in Town, and you could like recommend where the artist could go to sing.
Okay.
So I used to always be like, oh, Ariana Grande, come to Gloucester, UK, which is obviously just never going to happen. And I remember I used to always go on about it to my mum, and my mum was like, okay, obviously not thinking it was ever going to happen. She was like, if Ariana Grande ever gets famous enough to have a tour and to come to the UK, I will pay for your ticket. Obviously, mum didn't think it would ever happen. Think about 2 or so years later, Ariana Grande is coming to my ends. I was like, oh, remember that promise you said, mum? And to be fair, she delivered, to be fair. Can't fault her for that. But obviously, yeah, big up Ariana Grande. But I hope, because she has a thing with like going for like really ugly guys. Like, she's let me show you an example. Not Mac Miller. Mac Miller was beautiful. He was a pretty boy.
Big Sean's not.
Oh, Big Sean's fine as well.
Big Sean's fine.
Ignore Big Sean. But like, if we talk about like, okay, so my man here.
Oh yeah.
My man here.
I don't know. The industry is very, very strange. It's a strange place sometimes.
This is the current guy. But you know what though? She quite clearly goes for personality, which I love about her.
That's good then.
She quite clearly doesn't like pretty men. And this is her husband.
He's not bad.
I think we have different types.
He's not, to me personally, that's better than the last two that you've showed me. Pete
Davidson's sexy in a weird way though. Do you kind of think? Like his like, I like the way he dresses. I'm really attracted to dress sense, and I think he dresses like a bit of a skater boy, which I find quite sexy.
I don't know, man. I find him, nah. I have to disagree on that one. I don't know. I don't look at him and be like, ooh, nah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah,
We all think differently. Okay, right. Let's wrap up before we get kicked out. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure. Do you know what? Like I said this to you before, so I do this like real crazy thing where I like stalk everyone for a good like 2 months. I was like, no, okay, I can't talk today. I get good energy. Let's go. So yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What are your socials, please?
My social is, so my Instagram is Tareq Ferguson, my name. My TikTok is the same thing, Tareq Ferguson. That's Tareq, by the way, because a lot of people will spell it with an I. And also my Twitter is T_Fergs.
Sweet. Right.
Also, sorry, one more. My YouTube, Tareq Ferguson, my name as well.
What I'm going to do is when I put the thing on, I'll put with and then put your tag. Right?
Okay.
I'll be like, this episode with, and then put your user. Okay. But for anyone watching, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And what was it my friend told me to tell people to do? It was something about Spotify, but I can't remember. Review, yes, please review on Spotify. It means more to me than English isn't English in today. It helps more than you'd think, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.